Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. Let's zoom in, we have the second match here in Group B. So, a couple of days ago we had Blackwings versus Windups and Windups came out on top of that. So Windups is currently leading with 6 points, as you see here. But the next matchup we have an, I don't know. I mean, if you take a look at the votes from the the previous video, right? So which deck has the advantage here in this particular matchup of a deck list from 2010 being Infernity, the one you see here. It's going to take on a deck, a famous deck from a little over 5 years after Infernities, being Satellarknights. So Satellarknights. So which deck has the advantage? I could kind of see Infernity having a slight advantage over Satellarknights because of consistency, maybe. Because Stellars are heavily reliant on, their opening hand of opening something like Devianart or the Armageddonites. What is it called? Unukai? Yeah, that's the name. So that one, and even then, okay, the deck, both decks are somewhat focused on traps, a lot of traps. So on that part, they're kind of similar, but I feel that Infernities might be a bit more aggressive, as you see here. So I can follow up. The breakthrough skill is somewhat of a sign of weakness, I feel. But here in this case, I make I think it's a misplay still, like in hindsight. Going for Catester obviously, would trigger a potential Stellar Nova, right? Because again, Catester would trigger if it attacks like a light monster here in this case. So, like Magical Android or maybe the Stygian one, the level 5 that gains extra attack and that can attack once more, very similar to Blackluster Soldier, probably would have been the better choice. But here in this case, it didn't really matter too much. Okay. So game number 2, Infernity lead this one. Again, a very aggressive opening turn, and Satellarknights not being able to get use or abuse the Devianart from the graveyard. Okay, so game number 2, again, like 4 sets. I don't think both decks have access to Heavy Storm. I don't think so. Giant Tornado is there, but other than that, nope. So okay, it's fine. I think you can set, your entire hand. And here is where the side deck of Satellarknights definitely comes in, or at least could come in clutch, being the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Pretty much negates every dark monster effects, I believe, on field and in the graveyard. But Mystical Space Typhoon is there. Again, Infernities do have a couple of outs to, trap cards, Typhoon, Dust Tornado as well. So the cards are there. And I don't need to fear Mirror Force, and I mean against Satellarknights you don't want to wait, you don't want to give them the opportunity to go for Trigger or something like that, or Excite the Knight here in this case. So you need to play aggressively. Try to go for a game. I think this is exactly, or would have been exactly 8k. I'm definitely going to try to, to bottomless the Devianart again, prevent the potential altar from, following up next turn. And you always want to get rid of Devianart. So going for, at least I can't go for a game. Infernity Doom Dragon, I believe the name is, destroys the monster plus deals half the, at least burn damage, half of the attack of the destroyed monster. And again, it's also an Infernity monster, so that's important for the Surged Barrier. Again, I'm just going to activate it right away, not being gimmicky and wait on. Maybe that could have been a better move, like wait on altar and then, hit altar, but I don't know. I might be overlooking cards that could potentially lead to that follow-up play. So okay, game number 3, it's going fast for an Infernity. So again, go second. And this 1-for-1 is, I feel it was an iffy one, but I think I had to go for it. Searching the level 1 tuner. Is it Avenger? Not sure about the correct name. So I try to keep pumping out, at least try to use Archfiend. Again, run into another Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, so sadly no search. That would have been very, very crucial. Again, Satellarknights being way back, especially with Light Imprisoning Mirror on my side. The battle of, the good old school floodgates back in those days. But the trap stunt kind of saves the day here for Satellarknights, right? Deltaros, I guess, could Trigger be good as well? I mean, okay, Deltaros, you're sure that you're popping the Light Imprisoning Mirror. I'm not sure what the other sets are. I believe Fiendish Chain and Book of Moon, so those aren't really outs for a potential Light Imprisoning Mirror. And of course, Deltaros is I mean, you can pop every turn, right? That's how powerful it is. Alright, I was asking myself, why is Deltros not popping? It's obviously Diamond, right? And Diamond is pretty much the MVP, or could be like an MVP against basically any dark-oriented deck, you know, very similar to Shaddoll back in the day, like 2015. Diamond was the MVP. And here the same. It negates sadly, the top deck Archfiend. I tried to go for the follow-up play because I was like, okay, Diamond has already, you know, used its effect, but it's apparently not once per turn. So, I mean, doesn't really, yeah, there they are. So Fiendish Chain and Book of Moon, more than enough, right, to prevent Archfiend from resolving or doing anything, right? So we're going into another duel, game number 4, if I'm not mistaken. I go first this time, and this it's not the strongest hand. I mean, Infernity's back when the Synchro, you know, like early Infernity Synchro era, you would rather want to open with Greffer, for example, or I forgot the name of the Infernity trap, the Big Foolish Burial, like discard up to 2 and then send the same amount from your deck to the graveyard, which basically fuels your, you know, your launcher, your triple launcher. Here, I think this was important to get rid of my entire hand, so I could potentially use, you know, my Infernity Barrier if it was needed, and I'm honest here, in this case, Dust Tornado, again, that spell and trap destruction on another Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, but again, long story short, the Infernity Barrier 3-off, if I'm not mistaken, in the deck, definitely again comes in clutch, and this is something I definitely did not expect, but the level 5 lines of Infernities coming through with the Stygian, I forgot the name, you know, the double attacker, I guess, very similar to Envoy of the Beginning BLS, consecutive attacks, Android attacks for 24, Catester and Archfiend. And we see that the back row there is a Stellar Nova Alpha. So I kinda, you know, it was a tell, right? Because it was used or wasn't used. Dimensional Prison maybe, but I think that's a one-off. But again, yeah, it is what it is. So, Tellers, feels a bit strange, no? But I felt that Infernities had a slight advantage, but still, the spell and trap destruction for Infernities definitely helped out. And Satellarknights, it's somewhat of a slowish start, but eventually when they get the ball rolling, it's very hard to stop. So next matchup we have a big one here. Next group we have Gandora x FTK, so OCG OTK. Featuring Gandora, of course, with the OCG ruling, it's going to take on Emancipator. So the winner of last year, if I'm not mistaken. Emancipator. Okay, so again, like always, feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Likem signing out. Peace.